Hey guys, it's Jenny here. And today I'm gonna be doing, I was just watching a ton of these videos. I'm like, well, I should do one of these. And that's a reading recommendations video. I have quite a few books here, so I might have to split this into two parts. It just really depends on the length of the video and, like, the halfway mark, I guess. So this is gonna be in no particular order, just the ones that I'm reaching for first. And the first series that I'm going to recommend to you today is Dorothy Must Die series by Danielle Page. And this is a saga, I believe. It goes Dorothy Must Die, Wicked Will Rise, and then it goes Yellow Brick War and End of Oz. I don't have Yellow Brick War yet because I'm waiting to buy it in paperback, but I do have End of Oz. And sadly, though, it's in hardcover and not in paperback yet. But basically, it's a Dorothy, or Wizard of Oz retelling, where Dorothy is actually the bad guy. And another girl from Kansas has to come in to Oz to defeat her so that Oz can live in peace again. And it's so good. The characters are awesome, and the plot is just great, and there's so much action and suspense. You just get wrapped right in. The next series is one that has a lot of hate surrounding it, actually. But I'm really, really glad that I decided to give it a try, and that is the Twilight Saga by Stephanie Meyer. I have all of the books, I just didn't carry them all the way over here with me. And there's Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn, and there's also some retellings, which I'm not going to read because another fellow Twilight fan told me that the retelling is completely horrible, so she said that the original books are gold, and they are. If you gave Twilight a chance, you will know that her writing in this is very, very good, and it's really easy to get attached to the characters. Some are cheesy, I do know, but the whole story is just, I loved it. Yeah. And then the next series. This doesn't have a jacket, and like about 3 or 4 of mine don't have jackets, but the next series is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. It has 7 books in the series, and then it has a spin-off. It goes Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And the spin-off is called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which is, it's written by 2 different guys, but with J.K. Rowling's help, I guess. But yeah, this follows a wizard, This follows a boy named Harry Potter who, after his parents were killed, he was sent to go live with his horrible aunt and uncle and his cousin, and sorry, I thought I just heard my mom coming home. And he's sent to live with them as a little baby, and as he grows up, he's informed that he's a wizard, and this is his journey to Hogwarts and in the wizard world, and it's just such a good story. I love it. I love it. And I forgot, Twilight centers a girl named Bella Swan who moves to Washington to live with her dad, and she falls in love with this boy named Edward, and he's a vampire, and her best friend is a werewolf, and he loves her too, so it's a love triangle. But it does sound super cheesy, but the writing, Stephanie Meyer's writing, is just so good. The next series I'm going to recommend is one that I just started, and I've only read the first book in, but I can tell that this series is going to be so good that as soon as I have money, I'm going to go out and buy the rest of the books. And that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I just read this, and I finished it yesterday, and I loved it. From what I'm understanding, each book is like a different fairy tale retelling. This was obviously about Cinderella, except her name is just Cinder, and it's set in New Beijing, and she's a mechanic and also a cyborg. So that's all I'm going to say about it and leave you in some suspense. It was phenomenal, by the way. To get through this quickly, I'm just not gonna Yeah, all of those that I've listed so far are just fantasy. Mostly all of them are going to be fantasy. The next series is one that I read 3 years ago, I want to say. And I loved it. And that is The City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is book 1 of the Mortal Instruments. And I don't have the rest of them yet because they took these covers off the shelves. And I like these covers the best, so I'm trying to find these so that I can start the collection in paperback of these covers because I like them. And basically this centers a girl named Clary. She goes to a club on her birthday and she witnesses a murder. And they're like, the murderers are covered in odd markings, and they're shadow hunters, which they're descendants of angels that hunt demons. So I love this book so much. I love it, and I'm gonna reread it eventually. If my TBR list wasn't so long, I'd already have reread it. But yeah. So this has I think 6 books in the series. I think there might be 7, but I'm pretty sure there's 6. No, wait, it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 6 because there's 4 right here, and I know that they're missing City of Heavenly Fire, and then there's this one. So this is a great series if you're looking for fantasy-ish, I guess. This next book is actually a thriller kind of mystery, and it's such a good read. This is Confessions of a Murder Suspect by James Patterson, and it centers a girl named Tandy Angel who is helping the police kind of find out who killed her parents. Her parents were found murdered, and yeah, so they can't figure out who killed their parents, and it could be one of them. They just don't know. So there's this whole investigation. There's 4 books in the series. This one, Confessions of a Murder Suspect. Is it called Private School? Confessions of a Private School Murder Suspect or something. Then it goes Confessions of a Murder Suspect. What the hell are they called? Paris Mysteries, and then the last one is called Confessions of a Murder Suspect, Murder of an Angel. And I have read the first 2 books. I still need to read the last 2. I have them all. I just didn't feel like bringing them all over here. And plus, that'd be a really hard stack to carry. The next book is a romance, and it's a sad, sad romance. And I loved it. I just love it. And that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This centers on 2 cancer patients who end up falling in love, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. The next series that I have for you is a pre-apocalyptic dystopian novel, and that is Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. And this centers on a girl named Juliet whose touch, if she touches someone, she's literally draining the life out of their body. So her touch kills people. And the government want her so bad to use her as a weapon to fight the upcoming war. But she doesn't want to be a weapon, and it's so great. I love this. There's 3 books. There's Shatter Me, Unite Me, and Ignite Me. I have blended out Unite Me, and my friend's dog got a hold of my copy, so she's ordering me a new one. Oh, it's Unravel Me, actually. And whew, I loved that series. I flew through it. I gave the first book a chance, and then I loved it so much that as soon as I got back into town, I grabbed the rest of the books. I didn't even care how much money I have. I just had to have them. This next book, there's quite a lot of hype around this lately, and for good reason, because it was an amazing story, and they're making it into a movie, and I just loved it so much. I read it in 4 hours. I'm not even joking. Yeah. And that is Everything by Nicole Yoon. This centers on a girl named Maddie. I'm pretty sure her name's Maddie. I think her name's Maddie. I don't know if she's called Maddie though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure her name's Maddie. And she has never been outside. She's 18 years old and she's never been outside because she has a disease that if she were to ever go outside, it would kill her, most likely. And then this boy moves in next door. His name's Ali, and he has an abusive father, and he has troubles, and they kind of enter this like romance through the windows, and it's so good. I loved it so much. So yeah, that's a romance kind of. Ooh, this is a big book. And actually, this kind of fits into 2 series. And that is the Heroes of Olympus trilogy. Actually, I'm going to recommend the series before this as well, which is the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. And in that series, there's Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, Battle of the Labyrinth, and Last Olympian. And those are the first 5. And then this is kind of like the spin-off series. I recommend them all. In this series, there's Lost Hero, Son of Neptune, Mark of Athena, House of Hades, and Blood of Olympus. I recommend all 10 books highly. The Percy Jackson ones, they do have a little bit of like kid slang in them, but it's a good it's such good writing, and this is even better. The first series follows on a boy named Percy Jackson who figures out that he's a half-blood, which is half human and half demigod. And it's just all of the books are just his journeys and all the tasks he has to complete as a demigod. And this is just centering on more of his friends that he discovers. And I love this book series. I've read it 2 or 3 times over. And then finally, for now, I'm going to recommend this trilogy, which is the Crash Trilogy. It's actually called the Visions Trilogy. Yeah, the Crash by Lisa McMahon. This centers on a girl named, oh god, what's her name? Julia. She starts seeing visions in her head. She starts seeing the same vision over and over and over again. And she realizes that what happens in the vision is actually going to come true. And she has to stop it before anybody gets hurt. And so there's 3 books. There's Crash, Bang, and Gasp. And they all have the same characters, but I can't explain it because then it's going to be spoilers. But it is so good. I read this trilogy twice. And it's a really short read, but they're really, really good. Like, all the writing fits perfectly in there. And I have a feeling that I do definitely have more recommendations. These are just the ones that I thought of at the top of my head. And there definitely will be more soon. So let me just try to... Shit. That didn't happen. Shit. It's all Wicked Will Rise fault. That didn't make any sense. Ow. Thighs are hurting here. So, let me just... So, if you like this video, please like and subscribe below. I always appreciate it. And if any of you have any recommendations for me, they're much appreciated because I'm always looking for new material to read. So stay tuned for more videos. Thanks, guys.